Welcome back, Tribe. I have an episode here from Chris Williamson. I think he's answering a question. How do I feel about being 36 and unmarried? That's an interesting topic. Get into it.
Being 36 and unmarried or without a life partner. Don't you want children? You would be a good father. Well, thank you for the nice, tap on the back after you beaten me up and thrown me out the door. Do I feel sad about being 36 and unmarried or without a life partner? Don't you want children? I can't wait to be a dad. I really do want children. The more that I think about it, the more that I spend time around them. A lot of my friends have had kids recently or are pregnant or whatever at the moment. And I'm fired up for it. But I focused on different things when I was young. And I focused on different things when I'm slightly less young as well. And I hope I don't look back and regret it. I don't think that I'm going to. I'm intent on building a family that I'm really going to love. But look, you can't do everything at once. And I've hopefully done things that set up the future family that I create to be well positioned, materially, emotionally. Holy shit. Even, 3 years ago, if I look at the person I was, forget all of the objective metrics of everything, just the subjective way that I showed up and what I knew about myself. And I've made a big difference. And I don't know whether I would have been able to do that whilst learning to swim or fly with a family at the same time. Different people on different timelines. And but I am aware and I am expediting the timeline as best I can. It's not just the sort of thing that you do on your own. So yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'm moving quickly.
And that's interesting because a lot of us are asking ourselves the same question, especially everybody in their 30s right now. Hell, even the guys in their younger 40s. It's taken us longer than our previous generations have to get stabilized financially, to make sure you kind of unwind all the trauma from life so you don't really repackage that shit and spill it into your seed. We're working extremely hard under duress, under a system that's harder than ever because of our politicians really selling out our country. Inflation is running wild and, cost of living is out of control. So when you do have kids, it's an extremely high cost. And you don't want to just willy-nilly have kids and let the system swallow them up or have your, quote, investment in your legacy be destroyed because, God, you were away to work to provide for the family. So your kids got messed up in the head somewhere along the way. But this is a good video that I could essentially show you a part of the problem why he may be 36 and unmarried. And for the longest time, I was feeling kind of the same kind of pressure. I'm seeing friends get married, have kids, all that stuff. Finally found my own woman, finally, expecting soon. Hopefully, fingers crossed, ring to follow, all that stuff. Life is different overseas. Priorities change. Laws are different. Expectations, extended families being actually involved in your life. And, when it all starts to piece together later in age, when you've done so much work to end up here, this is inevitably the question a man has in his head. We're ready for the next step, so to speak. But here's what makes this shit so difficult. This is why I tell you guys, at least my angle is finding a woman overseas. It's so different because you don't have to deal with, let me just show you the madness. I'll start with this one.
It's like a 4. I'm not into that
being
kind of guy.
asked.
That's like a 4.
About this guy.
A 4?
Yeah.
Like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
What makes him a 6 out of 10?
The dude's basically a model.
Manly.
He's too manly. She said the guy looks too manly. And when you're looking at the guy, I can't even make this screen bigger for you guys, can I? Yes, I can. Check this out. This is what the guy looks like. Dude, this dude is a 4. I'm going to give you guys a second to look at this guy. This guy right here is a 4. Okay? This dude is a 4. According to, listen to this.
4?
Look at this.
I'm not into
What?
that kind of guy. That's like a 4.
What?
A 4?
Yeah.
Like a 6.
6?
Yeah.
What makes him a 6 out of 10?
He looks too, manly.
On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rate this person?
Bro, it's shocking. I was showing my girl this video and I was like, can you explain to me how this happens? I'm just showing her the disconnect in the West, why dating is so hard, even for guys that look decent, let alone look like this dude. And she was like, it's an ego thing. One, they're on camera, and two, they know guys like this. They've probably run across them and got disrespected. These guys, Chads like this, disrespected these kinds of girls when obviously they've come across them and tried to angle them and, tame the stallion, and the guy's just pumping and dumping. So there's resentment for the kinds of guys that look like this. That is why you see the uglier chicks always rate them like 4s. When you ever see that thing where it's like, why are the most mid-looking chicks always rating the hottest guys as mid at best or below average? That's why. It's an ego bruise that they're still dealing with by being rejected or passed over for the hotter chick. And here's another one, dude. I was like collecting these all day today.
Let's see. Let's go. Tell me.
She was divorced 4 times.
What is the most toxic thing that you've ever done?
Okay, let's do this. All right. Take them to court and then get a good divorce lawyer, of course. Take them for half of the retirement. Take them half of their property and then fight them for higher child support, okay? And a couple of years from now, hit you up for more child support every 3 years. Every 3 years, you go up from maybe 200 to 300 to 400 to 500. You bring it up to $2,000 per child. Per child. But I got one child right here. Kaylin right here. Her daddy paying child support for her, of course. It always is. 4 times divorce. 4 times. Let's see. Let's look.
Isn't that wild? Comments, please. If carrying a gun is legal in the USA, how is she alive? Anyone know her husband so we can show him this video and give it to his lawyer? Afghanistan government has the best treatment for her and her types. Says her husband should better hire a hitman. No reason for a man to ever get married. Jesus. It's a sport to these women. So proud to be a piece of shit human being. Not one woman in the comments. Isn't that funny? Females be happy with all this till it's time for their son to marry someone like them. Then the story turns. I recommend belt treatment in Afghanistan. 4 times divorce. She's doing it for sport. Avoid her at all costs. To my brothers out there, I will only marry once. If I get divorced, that'll be the last. You can only ruin me once. Shame on me. Islam has the best treatment for her. Jesus, that's a demon walking. I mean, look, this is why nobody wanted to get married. Sheesh. Okay, keeps going. This one's saying, what are men good for? Or do we need men? So this one's saying, do we need men?
We are capable of being happy without a man.
Wow, how does that make you feel?
She's got me, so.
He still makes me happy, but
Do women need men?
no. No.
So why did you say that men need women, but women don't need men?
Because usually men are useless. Sorry. Okay.
Did you say that to your father?
Good question.
Donnie. I don't know.
Great question.
No, I'm serious. Is your dad useless?
No. Oh, man.
Do women need men?
No.
What? There's this clip going viral online of a dozen women being asked the following question. Do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. And only one said she thought women needed a man in their lives, only one. But when men were asked a similar question, do we need women? Most of them said yes. So why do you think that is?
Because men are useless.
And then it goes on to like a highlight clip with some music, but it says modern women are a joke. I have more respect for cultural and traditional women. Hatred for women increasing day by day. Is that feminism? This generation of women, he's got graphs going downwards. Just laugh and move on. Men and women need each other, but the femme mindset has gone way too far. Notice it's all dudes commenting. My honest reply, go ask your mom about your father. Oof. Perfect answer, do you love your daddy? They chose the wrong enemy. The liberal women are the downfall of any country. Eesh. And if we go back to that original video, I didn't even see the comments on that one, but where the chicks were rating the guys like a complete joke. Let me see. This guy say, if he's a 4, we're doomed. And if he's 4, I'm black. If he's a 4, I'm negative 30. Jesus. He's literally out of their leagues. Do they have a mirror? It's incredible. This was saying that guy's a 10. They are tripping. She complains about a man looking too manly. What's wrong with these women? If that's a 4, I'm live streaming myself, ending it all. I was going to say I'm a negative 39, way out of their league. It's a defense mechanism activated because they know they can't pull a guy like that. Facts. That's actually what it is. This guy says if he's a 4, I'm straight cooked. They like feminine men. Jeez. I bet they all rate themselves a 9 or a 10. As I said, if he's a 4, I'm Indian. The first girl is a 4. The second girl is a 3. So the unattractive women rate him low. Okay, got it. Thanks. Bold statements from 2s and 3s. Probably, this was, he looks too manly. Probably a les or likes dudes that pee sitting down. Unbelievable. Bro, it's a cult. You want to know why it's a cult? And they don't even know they're in the cult. Check this out. This is how cultish this gets. This is the ideology that goes even further left than this. It's like when you graduate to like the pro leagues. But just watch.
What is something weird about conservatives?
There is almost a cultish vibe, I feel. The way they operate within themselves, they refuse to listen to outside people. You know, they're refusing to learn, essentially. I think that is a large part of it.
What is something
unreal? Swear you can't make this shit up. There's nothing more to learn from you. It's self-explanatory, really. Just look at him. I think the hair dye is seeping into its brain. From what planet did this thing come? What the F is that thing? What the F is that? Oh, the irony. The fact that he sees himself as the normal looking that way scares the living hell out of me. I pray for my teenage children because what they have to deal with in life is nothing like what we did back in the day. Hilarious. The mind control, the globalist agenda, the propaganda is absolutely nuts. I'm just so happy U.S. aid is being dismantled. The government's finally getting audited in some way. Hopefully, jail sentences follow slowly, or I should say quickly, shortly after some names get dropped of who's been siphoning money, who pushing this agenda on people, literally socially engineering society into this state. Why? Because divided we fall. When you make men and women hate each other, you took it one step further than what it was before. Then you went into the extreme and you make people hate themselves now. Okay? We're no longer battling the system, we're battling ourselves. The system is a long afterthought in this, like this person. Imagine the demons they're dealing with internally. Imagine the self-hate, the self-loathing, just what they go through in their own mind. When do you have time to really look up and say, who put these ideas in my head? Who taught me to be this way? Who made me believe in my cultish vibes, as he calls it? Who planted the seed in my mind? You know, and men or women are obviously dealing with this level of propaganda, but on a lower level because we haven't stepped into the deep end like this person has. But still, we're waddling in the pool and the water is getting deeper and deeper. Every year, they're moving the lines over further and further. That's why we woke up one day and one Democratic Party switched so far to the left that they lost the vote of almost every young man, except the ones that are neck deep in that water. It's insane, dude. So now that we double back all the way to the question of 36 and unmarried, how do you find a proper significant other when this is what's out there, when this is becoming acceptable, when this mentality has seeped into the masses? You understand why so many men have gone overseas, gotten a passport, got married there, found a woman? Why so many either choose to stay or only bring them back because, you know, the future of their kids, they want a better future for them, economic opportunities that don't exist in other countries. This is nuts, dude. Absolutely wild. Anyways, thoughts, guys, on this episode and why you're struggling to get your family started. It'd be interesting to hear your stories, or if you succeeded and it was actually planned, not accidental, but if you did plan it and it's worked out so far, or didn't. Maybe you got swallowed up by the system. Maybe you ended up with the wrong person. Share some of your stories. It'd be interesting to read. For everybody else, see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves, boys.